everybody, it's Trina Braxton, and you are watching True Flicks Network with my friend, Michael Witherspoon.
Braxton fans, it's been a long 3 years, and guess what? WEtv has announced the return of Braxton Family Values, but there has been a few changes. But don't worry, Trina sits down to tell us all about it. So before we do that, we're gonna have a word from our sponsor, and when we come back, Trina Braxton.
Let the church say amen.
Undo these handcuffs right now, or I will.
Oh, you want what? What you gonna do?
You are not a child of God.
If you're free from sin this morning, say amen.
Amen.
Can I please just come sit for 5 minutes?
Sit. This is your apology? Get out.
When sin no longer has dominion over your life, when you can lock sin up and throw away the key.
Get the key.
Oh, you said it's a key. Okay.
There's a flower pot in the right side of the door.
Okay, stay right there.
I can't move, I'm tied up.
All right.
What I tell you cannot leave this office, okay?
Call security.
Oh, I am so sorry.
It's too soon. But it's not you, it's me. I can't.
I can't take it. I quit.
Trailer Two Sisters and a Shrink, written and directed by Hazel Simpson, also starring Trina and Tawanda Braxton. Shout out to the team here at True Flicks Network for working on this project. And if you haven't watched it already, you could do so, streaming it for free on Tubi. Now, what's really going on with Braxton Family Values? Trina's gonna tell us all about it. Not only did we talk about Braxton Family Values, but we talked about a few other things. So without further ado, Trina Braxton.
Oh gosh, hundreds of years from now. I've heard people talk about our family, and they've lined us up with a lot of iconic families. We've been not compared to, because God knows we don't have their success. One day, Lord, one day, like the Jacksons, the Jets, a lot of there's the Winans, the Wayans. You know, there are actually just a handful, the Staple Singers, the Clark Singers. There's a handful of us who actually came together and made it, so to speak, as a family, because sometimes there's like one or two, or there's maybe just one. But we've always brought each other along, which is always an amazing thing. I just remember even my sister Toni, whenever she went on tour for the first time in her life, she was in her 20s. She shouldn't have had to bring her baby sisters along with her, but she was accustomed to our harmonies, and she was accustomed to the way we sang together, and she was comfortable with that. And it worked. It worked for our family, and we've always been an ensemble cast together, whether it's television, whether it's music, whether it's entrepreneurial. We will always have something we always want just for ourselves, just for our family, just for our own legacy. But we always end up still coming together. And I'm not sure if we're going to be in Madame Tussauds Wax Museum or anything like that, but it would definitely be an honor and a pleasure to be aligned with those famous families like the Clark sisters and the Jacksons and the Jets and the Winans and the Wayans. So I count it all joy.
Yeah, if you can go back and say or give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
If I were to turn around and give myself, my younger self, advice, we could be here for about 2.5 hours. But sometimes I have to remind myself that a yield is just a pause. It's not a stop sign. Just because someone says no, it does not mean it's an automatic no. It just means not right now. And it's not the person who holds my destiny. It's God who holds my destiny. And if I continue to trust in him, everything's going to be gravy. I just made my first year at Sister Circle, and I'm so excited to be part of the family.
Let's welcome our new sister to the show, Trina Braxton.
I actually miss Sister Circle. I have not been given the opportunity to really get into hosting the way I really wanted to delve into it. I've had a few opportunities to co-host like Dish Nation and things of that nature, but it wasn't a permanent gig for me. But it did make me realize and understand that I would like to do more hosting gigs. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like red carpet, but I would love to be like a game show host. That would be my ultimate hosting gig.
Right. So if you were to ever host a show right now that's airing right now, which one would it be?
People Puzzler
Wow.
would be the show that I would host.
Really?
Yes, that's like my ultimate game show
Okay.
hosting job.
Do you think you could do Family Feud?
I could definitely do Family Feud. I could do Supermarket Sweep. I would enjoy that immensely. A lot of the new age shows don't really feel like a good comfort zone for me. But the remakes that they've done from older shows, I think like the Newlywed Game, if that were to be revamped, I think I'd be an excellent host for that, especially since I've been married 3 times. People don't know each other the way they used to when they were married back in the day because they don't date as long, they don't court as long. Oh, like we've been together 6 months and, hey, we just met up at the club last week, then we hit it off, we get married. So I think people don't really take the time out to get to know each other during a courtship before they get married nowadays. So I think we would have to adapt to the times. I think I'm an entrepreneur. That's it. I went on a different path than the rest of my sisters. I was the only female in my family to graduate with a college degree. So, some of them have honoraries, and I applaud them. Don't misunderstand me, but I did the time, and I hold a business degree and a communications degree, so I have a BSBC. So I think that was always in my heart, my mind, my body, and my spirit to do.
But singing became a part of your life at an early age, though.
Singing was always a part of my life as a member of the Braxtons. My father was a minister and my mother was an evangelist, and we would be their choir. So whenever he had to, go to other churches and, guest minister there, we were his traveling choir. And every time we would go places, we see that the Braxton sisters are here. If y'all could come and just render us a few selections. We're like, a few, but be ye also ready. So we were always ready because my mom always made us practice every week without fail for hours. Not when I was singing this song, y'all got it. No. And then she'd be like, put yourself in it. And then as a kid, you don't know to put yourself in it, just like small, what, how we put ourselves in it. We're not feeling the spirit yet. You know what I mean? We're singing a song. But it was just a part of, it was my birth, part of my birthright. I was born, bred, and buttered to do it. Being entertainment, whatever the case may be, whether it's entertaining you through food, whether it's through song, whether it's through interviewing, whether it's through hosting, it all falls under that entertainment umbrella. So we've just always done it. And I think it's always going to be in my bones, in my blood. I'm glad you asked that question. So Braxton Family Values is officially coming back. We're very excited about it, but we're sad about it at the same time. One of the things that we're doing in this new vamping of Braxton Family Values, which is now called the Braxtons, because there's a huge element missing, and that's our sister Tracy. So we weren't able to tell her story while she was yet alive with us, and she wasn't able to tell her story as well. But she's given us permission to take several videos, and she said that it was okay to reuse that information. And it's going to be difficult hearing her voice on the radio for the first time since she's been gone. It was a meltdown moment for me, just to hear her voice and knowing that automatically that it was her, and I don't get to call her and ask her sisterly advice. And it's going to be difficult, but I think it's very important for us to continue to tell her story so that her legacy lives on. And you'll just never know, someone else might be going through something very similar. So it's important for them to know you still have that support. And if you do have family that you're not well connected with, that there is really still time. So if you have someone who's ailing or you guys have dissension between you, it's never too late as long as there's still breath. So I think it's important for people to take that opportunity. People always saw Trina as the party girl. Trina always had a glass in her hand. And the thing is, I'm like, I didn't always have a glass in my hand. However, if we're at dinner and I have a glass in my hand, if we're, having sister moments, I have a glass in my hand, people can only judge what you show them. So I think it's very important this time around that people see me a little bit differently. Now, I still enjoy a drink or 12, but I think it's important for people to see the entrepreneurial side of Trina more than the party girl Trina. And let's face it, it's easy to judge because people see 1 hour every week of your life. It's not all encompassing. So I think it's just important to just the entrepreneurial side.
There it is. The Braxtons are returning to WEtv, and I hope you are excited about it just as much as we are here at TrueFlix Network. All right? And if you haven't subscribed to Trina Braxton's page, be sure to do so at Trina Braxton's World on all social media, because every Monday night, She and Vaughn, they're streaming live at 7 p.m. and you never know what they're gonna cook in the kitchen and you never know what they're gonna talk about. So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, and don't forget to try Trina Braxton's Tuxedo brand coffee. It's one of the best coffees out there on the market, y'all. I'm Mike, and I'll see y'all next time.